Suzanne Eaton was a 59-year-old American scientist who was working as a professor of molecular biology in Dresden, Germany. A big part of her job at this institute was to travel around the world and hold conferences on the latest developments in her field. In July of 2019, she traveled to the scenic Greek island of Crete for one of
How's this video YouTubers that became murderers? What the hell?
these conferences, not knowing that this was going to
Do
be
we have any flat earthers in here, chat?
the person responsible for her end would be caught because of his videos on YouTube. The incident happened on July 2nd.
Do any of you guys think...
When, after a conference, Suzanne spent time with her peers and played the public piano in the venue's lobby before saying her goodbyes and heading out to her hotel.
The earth is flat. I think it's a square, Jason.
This was the last time anyone saw Suzanne alive. Her coworkers noticed her absence when she didn't show up for the second conference scheduled for 6 p.m. that evening. It wasn't like her to skip events out of the blue. Something wasn't right. A fact that became increasingly clear when over 24 hours passed.
She kind of reminds me of the Activia lady, the yogurt lady. She was in Freaky Friday back in the day.
So on July 3rd, her colleagues called the police to check.
If I didn't, bro, yes, I always have to come and talk to you guys. I have to demote you from Souls VIP, or it would definitely be a thing.
On her, hoping she was simply sick or something similar. However, when officers arrived at her home,
I had to go track Kenny down not too long ago. I was like, girl, where you been? Get your ass back here.
Hotel room, no one answered the door. They acquired a spare key from the hotel management.
Talking about Jamie Lee Curtis. Yep.
And
if I got kidnapped, you'd demote me. How would I know you were kidnapped?
Only to find the room completely empty and undisturbed. All of Suzanne's belongings were also still in the room. The only things missing were her running shoes and a set of exercise clothes. Those who knew her immediately
I mean, they said make a ransom. I'd be like, listen, if she's not back in stream a couple days, she's gonna get demoted, so I'm gonna stock up on some Red Bull. There's no more screaming. Wrong son, I messaged you and you got on to me. Yeah. Bro, listen. You're not going anywhere. You guys all belong to me.
Understood what this meant. You see, in addition to her academic prowess and piano expertise,
Suzanne
was also an athlete at heart. She was a double black belt in Taekwondo, and despite her age, loved going on a run every day. Knowing this helped investigators narrow down what might have happened to her.
Other countries look so much different than the United States.
Soon after returning to her
they
hotel
look so
on July
old.
2nd, and something went wrong after that. She wasn't super
like, you can tell it's old as shit there.
With the area, and to make matters worse, the weather was uncomfortably hot that afternoon. There was a strong possibility she collapsed from the heat or something else along those lines. After putting this together, the Crete police immediately dispatched a search and rescue team in the area surrounding her hotel and around popular running trails. Her family even traveled to Crete and put a €50,000
more of like a
reward for anyone who
supernatural
could help
thing.
find Suzanne. Unfortunately, Suzanne was nowhere to be found.
Dr. Suzanne Eaton. Eaton is dead.
That is until 5 days later, on July 8th, when two young men were exploring one of the abandoned World War II Nazi bunkers scattered across Crete. Around 200 meters in, one of them noticed a piece of burlap covering something on the ground. They picked it up from one end to see what was underneath. And what they found was the aftermath of one of the most horrific crimes in Crete's recent history. The burlap was covering the bloody remains of Suzanne.
No one ever does.
A later autopsy report discovered that Suzanne had several broken ribs, multiple fractures throughout her body, a missing ear, and much more. Whatever happened to her,
you guys are everyone pretty much fell for that.
It certainly was not an accident. Yeah. The investigators began searching for clues, and fortunately, it didn't take long for them to make their first major breakthrough.
Yo, why'd she die? Why'd she let someone kill her like that? Almost fall at the bottom. Yeah. So, bro, imagine letting someone kill you, bro. You gotta fight for your right to live. Fight for survival, bro.
A set of car tire tracks leading.
I would love to be in a fight for my life, bro.
Analyzing these tracks allowed investigators,
like, knowing it's me and another human, like one of us is gonna have to die for the other to survive. Type, like a fight of life and death. Yeah. Knowing that like one of us has to take a life and another one has to give the life. Just a crazy, bro. That's man lore. Something you do just to become like a man.
find the car responsible for transporting Suzanne's remains to that bunker. It belonged to 27-year-old Yanis Paraskakis, a local sheep farmer. But when questioned, Yanis feigned ignorance.
I got a blood oath. Ooh, it's Shark Week. I'm sorry. Anything? Like running in the woods and being chased? No, I wouldn't. You think I'm gonna run? I'm not gonna run. A blood oath sacrifice. Oh. It's not Shark Week? What is it? Oh, what do you mean by blood oath? What is sushi? What kind?
That area on that day was nothing more than a coincidence. He went as far as to say that he didn't even know about the existence of that bunker, a lie that would eventually lead to his arrest. You see, Yanis had a dream to become a successful YouTuber. He started a channel with his own name in 2012 and began posting videos. However,
bro was dropping YouTube vids.
If you go to his channel today, all you'll find are 3 videos of him performing an ancient Chinese martial art and meditation technique called Qigong. That's because a couple days before Suzanne's body was discovered, Yanis deleted every other video on his channel. And once authorities recovered some of these deleted videos, it became clear why. You see, most of these deleted videos involved Yanis exploring abandoned World War II bunkers, including the one where Suzanne's remains were discovered. This contradiction gave the authorities the go-ahead to formally arrest him on July 15. It also allowed them to investigate him further, and the evidence they discovered was overwhelming.
They found more bodies.
The land where this bunker was located was owned by Yanis's family. Investigators also found traces of Suzanne's blood in his car's trunk.
You're not going to Arizona anymore. Right now, we're in what we call September. So we're gonna pop off this September, have the best September ever, and we're trying to do some more meetups, some more things, some shows. But we definitely have one in Indiana and then a couple others. So, but Arizona, Colorado, they could definitely be on the list.
When confronted with this evidence, Yanis cracked and told the whole story. According to him, he saw Suzanne.
Arizona would be fun for one shot.
Something came over him. He
had sushi in a fat minute. Or you know what I want? You know what I want for dinner, chat? I want an empanada, bro. Love some good empanadas. Shit sounds good. Colorado would be really cool. I have a Colorado shirt. Dog, what? How's that a Colorado shirt if you've never been? I'll make you. You know how to make empanadas? Turn up. Something so good about them. Chat, we need to have another long stream tonight. If we gotta increase stream time to break the fucking all-time record.
Hit her with his car twice.
Of being a streamer. Empanada. You never had an empanada? Can someone spell it for Jason? I remember I got it. Probably one of your little flings.
Before putting her in his car,
burrito.
Driving to the bunker.
It's not really like a burrito to me.
He later changed his story to where he was compelled to commit this crime by a demon. Unfortunately for him, the jury didn't buy this one bit and sentenced him to life in prison.
On my lifeline. Have you guys ever had coxinha? It's a Brazilian. It's so good.
Prison without the possibility of parole in 2020. Now, this should have been the end of Yanis' story,
it's like small.
But from what I've seen, there's more to his actions than just this one crime he was convicted of. The thing is,
Mexican for life. Bro, shouts on my Latin, my Latinas and Latinos in chat. Shout out to them, and then shout out to all the Americans. Damn, that burrito made me sweat. You got the meat sweats. That sounds hot. I mean, sounds good. Baddies. Heck yeah.
His vile act as a crime of opportunity, something he did completely out of nowhere. However, there's evidence to suggest that Yanis might be a full-blown serial killer. For instance, he was apparently detained by the police twice before, once for arson and once for animal cruelty, both of which are well-known early behaviors of serial killers. After his arrest, several other women also came forward, testifying that he had tried to run them over with his car as well in the past.
They count if I'm half, but I'm definitely a white girl. What do you mean? Like your mom's Latina and your dad's white? Type shit.
So, Suzanne was more than likely not his first
victim. Bro, Carter likes black olive burritos. It's weird.
However, the most solid evidence against Yanis is in one of the deleted videos he uploaded to YouTube.
I'm half Mexican. No, I would say you're Latina if you're at least half. I mean, I don't know how it works. Chat, when do you lose your Latina card? What percentage? Black olive? Yeah, it's weird.
We can see him showing some
They
very
evil on
human-looking
me.
bones scattered throughout the same bunker Suzanne
Black
was
olives are
discovered
so
in.
nasty.
These bones were never discovered by the authorities, suggesting they might have been removed by Giannis to hide evidence.
In chat, if it's low enough, I might be a Latino. Because I remember when I did my little test, bro. I had like 1.3% Latin in my family. So I might be a Latino. Depending on the percentage.
But what makes this truly disturbing
It
is what his friend says at one point in the same video.
Never taught me Spanish. That's fucked.
This roughly translates into, "Is this where you left that old guy?" Insinuating that Giannis had disposed of one of his previous victims in the same bunker.
Anything lower than 5%? Shit. Damn it. What was that math? Do you know, Jason, what's your weakest education? Like history, math? Are you good at math? I'm asking because I need a good mathematician, bro. I need to hire like a math guy. Anytime I need math done, I can just be like, yo, let me hand this to my math guy.
4. And if that is the case, one can only wonder how many other people Giannis has killed over the years. Simply Manic 6075 was a YouTube channel owned and operated by
math. Is anyone in here good at math? You're Latino by association. Bet that. Turn up.
24-year-old Samantha Wolford. She lived in the small community of Monticello, Texas, with her husband Ernest Lee, aka Ernie, and their 5 children.
Really? All right, quick. You have 30 seconds to answer this. So what's 7 times 62? She didn't was. Apparently it was about us. They always talked bad about us. Damn, bro. Families who argue. Yo, that's no bueno.
She usually made videos about
I'm
her
not a
day-to-day life
calculator.
and other random topics.
82.
Her story began in 2008
no,
when she was
not.
at the lowest point of her life. She'd recently become the single mother of a pair of twins and had no love.
It's gotta be over 300.
That's when she met Ernie at a local tattoo shop, and the two hit it off right from the get-go, eventually getting in a relationship and starting a family together. In one of her videos, Samantha described the day she met Ernie as the happiest day of her life. Together, they were blessed with 3 more children, including 1 more pair of twins. Raising 5 kids was a challenge.
Isn't it crazy how, like, nowadays, like, all these moments and, like, all these little videos of, like, through life will be, like, captured for, like, history. Sort of like, now growing up, you'd have, like, a family album, and there's a couple pictures of, like, your family at the beach, your family having a birthday, your family at a lake one day, your family camping. Now it's like there's like little videos, little snippets, TikToks, Instagram and Twitter posts, like everything, like YouTube videos. It's like so much more is documented. Exactly, my streams, like there's so much documented time of me just talking about random things, different things. It's gonna be historic. I hope one day my kid, once I pass away, gets curious and watches all my VODs. What up, Raya's dying? Like, he better go to my VOD channel and at least watch, like, a good. There's over 1,000 VODs, so.
Ernie made it work by taking a second job in pizza delivery. So, while they had endured tough times together, Samantha, Ernie, and their 5 children appeared to be the perfect loving family. However, while being a stay-at-home mother was all she could do at the time, Samantha still had a dream of becoming a famous actress one day.
I've always wanted to be an actress.
Keep dreaming, sis.
So much fun. I've been extras in movies. I've had small parts in
a great day.
Like,
bro, I wanted a cynicalul email like that because my name is Sin, but I just couldn't find a decent one that was like a PNG GIF, whatever. Handsome DJ streamer. Talk about my BWD. I want to document my sons and the love we show them every day. Aww. Oh, I was thinking when you said Delilah that Turk was with you. It's my boyfriend's favorite Pokemon. But I used to have a cynical sticker stuck on my computer. You can kind of still see the outline of it, but I've just moved it around so much. You guys want to see my Lego Snorlax?
So much fun, and it is so beautiful. It is one of the most amazing
check this out, chat.
ever to be able to express yourself that way. I think it's amazing.
So in October 2010, she created her YouTube channel and started
hand-delivered
posting
it.
videos,
He's
hoping to
amazing.
become a
Thanks.
popular YouTuber and fulfill her dream
I made this.
on the internet instead. And things were going surprisingly okay in the beginning. Samantha would post new videos whenever she had something new to say. And while most of her videos struggled to get past 100 views at the time,
embarrassing,
the few viewers she had were enough to keep her going. But as time passed on, her passion for making videos turned into an obsession. She started spending more of her time on making videos than her family, putting even more pressure on an already stressed out Ernie.
Imagine losing your son and your family and your husband because you're getting 100 views on YouTube and you just can't stop making videos. My first Labubu, ew, L. Don't fall into the Labubu craze, the Labubu cringe, Labubu trend. Fuck that shit. Amazing. Victim in League of Legends of Arceus. Hell yeah. I think I'm buying some. They're cute. No, they're fucking busted. Haven's mom got it for me. That's dope, Aria. Totodile and was always one that I would pick though, back in the day. But cynicalul was dope too. He had cool evolutions.
In 2014, she also started accusing Ernie of hurting her in her videos, hinting at just how bad their relationship was going. But then, after posting a seemingly random video in March of 2014, Samantha
I got a bone to pick with you. Bruh, what is your deal?
Mysteriously vanished from the internet. Maybe she lost interest in YouTube or just wanted to focus on her family again. No one knew exactly why she quit so abruptly. Then, on the 20th of February 2015, viewers finally received the update they were waiting for. Unfortunately, it was far more tragic
I was pissed. Which one?
Than anyone could have imagined. It started with the Texas police receiving a call from one of Samantha's aunts asking them to save her niece's life.
Cause County 911, what's your emergency? I have a home invasion. My niece is tied up. I am at the verge of untying my niece at this particular moment.
Okay, she's tied up.
She is tied up and gagged.
And gagged? Is that what you said?
Ma'am.
Is there
what
anybody
the
else
hell?
There? Where are the kids? We have 5 small infants asleep.
Apparently, 3 masked men broke into their home in the middle of the night and attacked the couple while they were asleep. The intruders then tied Samantha in her bedroom and after hitting him with a gun a few times, kidnapped Ernie.
Ernie? Even a 5 bits. Oh, the girl twerking. It was mislead. What girl twerking? What are you talking about? Even a 5.
Somehow managed to get her ties loose enough to call her aunt, who then contacted the police after arriving at Samantha's home herself. By the time officers arrived,
thank you guys so much. Shout out to Kenny and Nigel Oddcast. The first bits of day 2 of September. Love you guys.
His aunt had set her free from the restraints. The kids were fortunately safe as well. However, what made this whole situation
sounds like a setup
was that the intruders didn't take anything else from their home besides Ernie. And from the people who knew him personally, Ernie wasn't the type of guy to make enemies with dangerous people. Put simply, investigators sensed something fishy about the
and fucking Audi cast with the gifted sub. Chat, all gifted subs are 30% off this month. Let's fucking go. Thank you so much. Chat, look. We're at 40% of our Centober sub goal. If you don't know what the sub goal is, we got 100 subs for a 4-hour DJ stream. 300 for Jinx. 600, bro, and you guys get to pick a tat to put on me. Bro, please be nice to me, chat. Please help me get drippy. Don't give me anything dog shit. And 1,000, we're pulling up on each other again, making it happen. It's gonna be the 10th one. We still have indie plans, so it's gonna be lit. Your stream last night healed me. Hell yeah. Wait, what did you have?
But all that paled in comparison to the main objective, which was to save Ernie as soon as possible.
Was my phone dead?
Unfortunately, Samantha didn't know anything that could give investigators their first clue. With no other option, the officers took Samantha to the station for further questioning, hoping to extract any useful information they could from her. But what none of them expected was that Samantha would change up her story completely after entering the interrogation room.
Boredom.
Where before she...
Get Chromie tatted, it'll up your swag points. Swag. Honestly, that'd be a cool tattoo. Would you guys get matching Kuromis with me? There's a before I'll say it, I would never leave my kids ever, so I get kidnapped. Keep leaving me because I'll keep fighting. Bad dad.
didn't know anything about the assailants. Now she had the name of a potential suspect,
My
John
phone
Rebel.
died.
As Samantha's story goes, she was talking to her friend about Ernie's supposed attacks on Samantha, when suddenly a man with the pseudonym John Rebel overheard their conversation
John
and
Rebel?
started talking about how a man shouldn't treat a woman that way and that he was going to handle the situation. Well, as
That's
it turned out,
crazy.
the name John Rebel actually belonged to someone, a man named Jonathan Sanford. The police found and arrested
Bro went by John Rebel.
John not long after Samantha
That's
gave out his
crazy.
name, right alongside his two accomplices, Jose Ponce and Octavius Rhymes. Surprisingly,
Bro's the ultimate white knight. He's like, you don't treat a woman that way.
Jonathan put up little to no resistance and immediately confessed to kidnapping Ernie. He also confirmed the worst possible outcome, that by the time the police got involved, Ernie was already dead. The three took him to a secluded forest
I'll go
and
the same
executed him
day,
with one
but
shot to the back of his head. However, even after learning all this, one question remained.
love you, Sammy.
Why? Why would
For
three men who
Halloween.
d应even know
I don't
Ernie
even know what.
kidnapped him
I
from
think it
his
must be
homework?
Batman.
Every
Like,
answer
fuck
to
it.
this question pointed back to Samantha, who kept denying any involvement.
I was gonna
Even if the
play it
investigators
safe.
ignored her
I've never actually been Batman. I mean, I do it as a job every night. I mean, what? I mean, I'm kidding. I mean, I've never actually been Batman for Halloween, so I need to get a Batman Halloween in. I have too many ideas. You should be Catwoman. Chat, who wants to be Poison Ivy? We need the Penguin. We need Robin, Nightwing. My costume since you wear a meanie to what? One of the ideas. Who wants to be bro? Turk can be my Alfred, bro. Tara from Teen Titans. Teen Titans, go.
Only remembering the perpetrator's name, there were several
So
other
many.
suspicious aspects to her
Under
story.
Sheen.
Like, how was she able to untie herself
Damian
enough
Wayne.
to call her aunt? Why didn't
Well-
any of her neighbors hear the break-in? And why were the kids all sleeping in the same room when usually they're scattered throughout the house? It wasn't long before investigators uncovered undeniable evidence of her direct involvement. This included instruction
No,
messages she sent to
Starfire.
Octavius
Starfire
when
be
the officers
fire.
were trying to call Ernie's phone, which he had on him.
You
These
bullied,
read,
bro.
"Kill his
I switched my idea because you were doing that, and now you're switching yours to, bro.
phone. Shut that down. Ditch phone. Move." There was no doubt about it at this point. Samantha was in colluding with her husband's killers. And as the investigation went on, the real story came out as well. Samantha had apparently become addicted to the idea of becoming a famous YouTuber, and her neglect of the kids became a constant source of fighting between the couple. But instead
Damn.
of resolving the issue like a responsible adult, Samantha colluded with her friend's boyfriend to
My
hatch a
Nightwing.
cartoonishly
Bro, I already
evil
said maybe
scheme to
Batman,
get rid
come
of
on.
Ernie. They first wanted to plant hard drugs in his car and get him arrested, but later made the heartless decision that taking
I'm gonna
his
be
life would
asleep.
much easier.
When?
There's also a chance that
On
Samantha went
Halloween.
with the murder plan because it would have brought her more attention on YouTube. She was eventually sentenced to 149 years in prison for killing her own husband, leaving her
Damn.
5 children completely orphaned in the process.
I wonder what kind of video she's gonna drop when she gets out.
Diana
guys,
Marjorie
I'm
was
back
a
from
successful
prison.
technical writer living in the town of Carlsbad, California, with her husband Greg Mulvihill. However, while her corporate job paid the bills, Diana's true
check.
passion was becoming a triathlon athlete and documenting her journey on video.
Bro, I need to go hiking
resulting
again
in her
soon.
eventually starting her own fitness.
It's getting scary. The mornings are a little brisk. I'm like, dude, why is it a little chilly out? Fucking summer's ending. I'm gonna cry. Maya, what up, girl?
Called Lovejoy Fitness, and a YouTube channel by the name of Heavy DJ. She started this channel all the way back in 2008, and over the years used it to document various parts of her life.
Damn.
From meeting her
People-
parents after a
People who use YouTube just for fun, just upload parts of their life and like don't want anything out of it, are the best.
long time, to going scuba diving with
Like,
her husband.
Oh, cool.
At one point, she even tried to become a cooking show host of sorts.
Doesn't that smell nice?
Unfortunately, her channel never
Doesn't
really
that
took
smell
off,
nice?
forcing her to eventually cut her losses and move on with her life in March of 2012. Or
This
at
is
least
vid.
that's what it looked like. from the
YouTubers who
outside.
kill.
In reality, Diana's reason for abandoning her YouTube channel was kind
They
of
still live
wholesome.
there for real?
You see, Diana and Greg had been trying for a baby
Universal?
for
No,
years
I
by this
haven't,
point.
kidding.
Tragically, Diana had suffered 8 different miscarriages and was quickly losing hope.
Damn.
But then, in September of 2012, the two were blessed with a perfectly healthy baby boy, marking an end to their struggle. However, what should have been a moment of celebration started a downward spiral of lies and betrayals, eventually culminating in an assassination attempt. Things started going downhill when just a few months after
Damn.
the birth of their son, Greg lost his job, leaving Diana as
They have like a fear. Ooh, they have such a cool Fear Factory here in Salt Lake. The
breadwinner. The
chat
stress of the previous miscarriages, combined with the crushing weight of having to support
and
a
Shadow,
family in an
the
extremely
Hedgehog.
expensive city all on her own.
Bro, you want to beat me so bad. I'm literally Shadow every day, bro. Come on. Chat. It's flattering you guys want to dress up as me, but come on.
Spelled disaster for their
Be real.
marriage. It wasn't long before the two
Get
were
real.
constantly fighting with each other. Things escalated even further on July 9, 2014.
That guy has
Greg
no
returned
lips.
home only to see a police officer
Wait, you started to stream naked? Shadow's OG Poppy. Bro, I know. Thank you. My second Halloween fan. Wait, what's your first one? You're wild. I'm pretty tame today, I'd say.
him at the door. The officer explained that
No
Greg
pants.
wasn't allowed to enter his own home because, as it turned out,
Woo!
someone had accused him of attacking both
Girl.
her and their son. What
Put some
followed
clothes
was a nearly
on.
2-year-long divorce mediation, during which the investigators found
Just a
no
cult
evidence
leader.
supporting Diana's accusations,
Christ.
allowing Greg to get a 50-50 custody.
This
of
is
her
the
son.
Shadow the Hedgehog
Diana
cult.
was also ordered to pay $120,000 as
Instead
a
of the
part
name of the
divorce
cult.
settlement in late 2015.
We just say cult, but it's the full name is Shadow the Hedgehog cult. Baby doll. Oh yeah, I remember you telling me that. I never wear
Before
pants
the
when I'm
divorce could be
home.
finalized, Greg received a phone
No
call from
underwear,
an
your
anonymous
lips are
number
just
that
out in the
changed
breeze.
everything. The voice on the other end claimed to be a private investigator Diana had hired recently. And
Shadow is
according to this
present.
investigator,
Exactly.
He already had solid proof
Shadow's
of the
always
attack
with
claims
us.
Diana had made against Greg. But for some unknown reason,
Exactly.
he wanted to
See,
help
Connor
Greg win
understands.
the case, so he claimed to have left the documents taped to a power pole.
Remember,
located
the
on a
best. You're
small
crazy
hiking
for
trail
that.
near
That Shadow the Hedgehog cult.
Greg's home. Greg naturally found this whole thing pretty suspicious
maybe.
and decided to take one of his friends with him to the pole on the night of September 4th, 2016. Sadly, despite his suspicions, he failed to grasp the true intentions
I was
of
just
the
wondering.
strangely helpful private
Dude, having your lips out just sounds crazy. Like, what if they touch the couch you're sitting on?
detective.
Hello, this is 911.
Yeah.
Yeah, think about things like that.
My friend has just been shot.
Do you know who shot him?
There's a guy lying down like a sniper.
A sniper? Did you see him at all?
Briefly, we saw the gun, and he shot at us like 6 or 7 times.
When Greg reached the pole, a sniper
Greg.
opened fire on him, shooting him clean through the
Damn.
chest. Fortunately, the bullet missed his heart by mere inches, giving him a second chance at life. By the time the police arrived, the shooter had already fled the crime scene. But a quick survey of the area allowed the investigators to uncover a pair of towels the shooter
Is that
left
sanitary? I don't think so. I think it could be bad for the hoo-ha, the cooch.
behind. Running a DNA test on these towels led to a man named Weldon McDavid.
Chat, after this video in about, I don't know, 4 minutes, 5 minutes, I'm gonna be playing some Fortnite. Any Fortnite gamers want to join me so I'm not alone?
Diana's shooting instructor. Weldon tried to deny any involvement at
I'm an
first,
expert.
but the evidence against him was overwhelming.
I'm an
As
expert in
after a
lip
thorough
reading.
search, investigators were able to find another set of the same towels at Diana's place as well. They had also received
gotta post my
CCTV
third TikTok
footage
of the
of
day,
Diana
chat.
buying the burner phone Weldon later used to lure Greg into the secluded area.
What the
Most importantly, investigators also found the gun Weldon used on Greg, hidden in the rafters of his garage. By this point, it was clear that
Bro
Diana
was a
was the one who wanted to
sniper?
get rid of Greg, likely to avoid paying the divorce settlement and keep full custody of her son.
Damn.
Diana and Weldon were arrested for the attempted assassination on Greg Mulvihill and tried for their crimes in November 2017.
That's crazy.
Both were found
Builds are
guilty.
0 builds. Come on. Working a kite. One question. If I hope in for my first ever game, I'm going to Spirit Island because I never got the phone call. Can't build. Bro, shut up.
With Diana sentenced to 26 years to life and Weldon to a harsher 50 years to life. The only silver lining in this entire case is that Greg was able to make a full recovery
Because
and
I
is
hate
now
on
living
me.
with his son.
He survived.
The Gunnar Runar 87 channel on
The Gunnar Runar. Dude, that's you guys, chat.
YouTube seems oddly
New
wholesome
TikTok
at
is
first
live.
glance. It's owned by an Icelandic boy named Gunnar Runar Sigthorsson and contains a single 3.5-minute video of him
Need to
confessing his
camera.
feelings to the
Right,
girl
that's
he
why I
loves.
asked. Hey,
The
my
title
twin
translates to English as My Confession to Hildur. In it, he says things
Gunmeister.
like,
Hún on efa sérstakasta manneskja sem ég nokkuð tímann heilt. Ég verð svo
Thank you, Delilah.
Para dar un ordine, a darle che
I'll give it a double tap. Hey, that girl. Dad the Lulu. Who shows you?
Ora non sto anche vedere.
However, this seemingly heartfelt love letter turned out to be the key to solving one of the most horrific crimes in recent Icelandic history. And it all led back to Gunnar and the troubled life he had as a child. You see, Gunnar
being a
didn't have
ginger is not easy,
resulting in him getting extremely close with his father. However, on the night of September 20th, 1996, when Gunnar was just 9 years old, his father decided to end it all using a gun. What made this already messed up situation even worse was the fact that Gunnar was in the room with his—
So saw your talk, you did body block me. Bro! It was literally just the angle of the camera. You gotta hurry back, Kenny. It was the angle of the camera, bro. I didn't actually body block you. It was just how the camera angle was in that clip. I died. Bro,
father and witnessed everything. Unsurprisingly, this took a heavy toll.
It's not about that. It's about, like I said, if you would have went to the left a little bit, I could have moved to the right, and you could have passed each other.
That is until primary school, when he met a girl named Hilda and instantly became infatuated with her. He admired her throughout school and into adulthood, but never found the courage to make a move, fearing he'd lose his only close friend. However, things changed in 2009 when Hilda got engaged to a man named Hannes. This gave Gunnar
not Hannes taking Hilda from Gunnar. Oh no.
Push to do something about his feelings. But given his shy personality, he still couldn't confront Hilda directly. So, in March of 2009, he created a YouTube channel and uploaded his confession on there. Hilda never reciprocated his feelings, but the two remained friends. Even Hannes, Hilda's now husband, didn't seem to mind Gunnar's company, something he likely regretted deeply just a year later. It all went down on the 14th of August 2010. Hilda was invited to a
great sentence. Let me drop my dried mango.
Things got a bit out of hand.
Why are your mangoes so dry, sis?
Too much and passing out. Given their closeness, the task of getting her home safely was handed to Gunnar. But instead of dropping her off at Hannes' house like he should have, Gunnar took her to his own home. By the time Hilda woke up, it was already morning. She was understandably furious with Gunnar and immediately called one of her friends to drive her home. But nothing could have prepared Hilda for the horrific scene she witnessed on the other side of her front door. Her husband Hannes was lying on the top of the staircase near their bedroom, submerged in a pool of his own
blood. Gunnar killed Hannes so he could take Hilda?
Sadly, it was already too late. Hannes had received over 20 stab wounds on his body, from his arms and legs to the back of his neck, and was long dead by the time Hilda found him. Given his condition, his death was ruled a homicide, and investigators wasted no time
Seems that way. Oh shit.
And while they initially suspected one of his business rivals of committing this horrific crime, it didn't take long for investigators
Iceland is a crazy place.
To Hilda and bring him in for questioning. Gunnar denied knowing anything about it and was eventually let go due to lack of evidence. Fortunately, not all hope was lost, because not long after that, investigators found a bloody shoe print next to Hannes' bed.
Come on, Gunnar.
This print revealed that it belonged to a pair of limited edition Adidas shoes. At the time, there were only 18 of these specific
thanks for 3 bits.
Specific shoes in all of Iceland, and Gunnar just so happened to own one of these pairs. This was enough evidence to detain him once again. This also gave investigators the authority to do a thorough search of his belongings, resulting in them
I see what you were going for, but I don't know if it
as well as in his car. Once presented with this evidence, Gunnar confessed.
Sounded as good out loud.
He also revealed that he'd been planning it for months, and even shoplifted the items he intended to use to avoid purchase records linking back to him.
And then didn't clean his shoes off.
Hilda also suspected him of spiking her drink that night, since she usually never passed out like that. After committing the crime, he also drove to a nearby pier and dumped items used in the crime into the sea to get rid of any evidence. It was a well thought out plan, since he was only caught because the garbage bag he used to hide his shoe prints tore open as he walked. As for his motive, it was just as everyone had expected, with him making it clear during the investigation, stating, "I loved Hilda. She was supposed to be with me. She was not supposed to be with him." Surprisingly, he was found not guilty during his first trial on March 1, 2011 by reason of insanity.
He's wearing a Metallica shirt underneath his jacket.
Messed up childhood. However, the prosecution argued that he was fully aware of his actions and escalated the case to the Supreme Court of Iceland.
The drawing board.
was found guilty on this second trial and was sentenced to 16 years in prison. This was already lenient
for murdering.
yet he ended up serving only half of that sentence as well. He was released under supervision in July 2019 and now works at a local warehouse.
Gunnar, Boonar, Lunar? That's crazy. 16